Hey, Saul Carter here with Fit Body Boot Camp. I own Turlock and Manteca Fit Body Boot Camps, and today what I'm going to go over is 4 stretches that you can do to make sure that you don't get injuries from repetitive office movements. So first I'm going to talk about that for a second. So I'm going to sit down here, and typically when we're at an office, we're going to be kind of sitting there and kind of slouched over and typing, right? And so our shoulders are a little bit rounded and tight, our back, our posture isn't exactly right because we're not sitting up straight like this all the time. So we're actually typing this way, repetitive movements with our fingers and kind of a slouched position. So here are 4 exercises that you can do either sitting down or standing up in your office. My advice is to stand up. Most of us are always sitting down in our office. I actually have a stand-up desk in my house. And I have a link that I've attached in here because you can. Today you can buy several different convertible office pieces that actually sit right on your desk that can make your office have a stand-up desk or a sit-down. And it's my advice to stand up as often as you can. It's much better on your back, shoulders, your posture, all that stuff. You burn more energy over the course of the day, and you also happen to be more productive. So anyway, here are the 4 exercises that I'm going to do, and you can do these standing up or sitting down. The first one is a crucifix stretch, and basically that's you're going to put palms up, and you're going to bring your arms all the way up, and you're going to hold them there, and then you're going to reach back with your shoulders, actually bringing that back. If you want to see that from the side, it'll be palms up, and you're going to reach back, and you're actually bringing your shoulders back, and you're kind of getting that opposite movement of sitting down at your desk typing, right? And you're going to stretch that. It helps you get a much taller posture. And then go ahead and keep breathing during all of these stretches. Just hold that for about 10 seconds, and then release, and then you can just shake out your arms. So there's the crucifix stretch, which is the first and really the best. I like that one the best of all of the 4, basically, because it really gets your energy flowing, and you can actually feel taller, better posture as soon as you do that for just 10 seconds. You can do that basically 3 times for 10 seconds. Now, you can do it sitting at your desk. It's not going to be as mobile because your hips are going to be locked into your chair, but you're going to be able to do that stretch sitting at your desk and be a little bit less of a scene, right? But if you're in an office, it's about staying healthy. So the more movement, the better, right? So the other one, to avoid carpal tunnel, because one of the repetitive movements that everybody's doing when they're sitting there typing all day is the carpal tunnel, which which is bad because it kind of sneaks up on people, and then it's bad for the office, it's bad for your employer, and obviously it's bad for you because you're going to have chronic pain in your hands from doing that. So that one's real simple. You basically just kind of put your hand out in front of you. You're going to press back on your fingers. Hold that for about 10 seconds. This is going to get your forearms stretched. It's going to get your fingers stretched out, right? And then you can just switch, wiggle those out, and then switch to the other side. Now, obviously, once again, you can do this sitting down. You can do it to your thumb specifically because that's separate, right? You can do this sitting down or standing up. So that's the forearm stretch and helps you avoid carpal tunnel. Another carpal tunnel avoiding move is you make a fist. So you got your fist there, and then you move your wrists in a figure 8. So really, you're just getting all these tendons and ligaments and your forearms, all those muscles and everything moving in multiple directions as opposed to just being repetitive in that specific single place. So they get used to that and or worn out in those specific movements. So same thing. Figure 8s with your wrists, okay? And then last but not least is a movement that kind of is based off of the crucifix stretch, and then it's basically a high pistol stretch. So we're going to go from the crucifix stretch. So we're going to put those palms up, getting up in there, bringing our shoulders back, and then reaching all the way up. And if I was sitting down, which you can do this, I will go ahead and sit down for this one so you can actually see my hands. Although I much prefer you do this in a standing position. So you do the crucifix stretch here, get into your pistol position, and then you're just going to stretch to one side. You want to get as long, and you're stretching as high as you can. If you're sitting there stretching it, everybody who's watching this, you're stretched out as much as you can. I want you to reach a little taller. Because every time, it's the difference between having a coach and not having a coach, is we always let ourselves get away with a little bit less than if there's a coach there. So what we want to do is get from the tips of our fingers to that hip as long as possible, and then you're going to switch sides, keep breathing, and switch sides there, keep breathing. Hold that for 10 seconds, breathing in, breathing out. Once again, as long, and reaching as high as you can. All right, and then let go, keeping those shoulders back, and just wiggle out those arms. Okay, and that is the high pistol stretch. And those, so through those 4 stretches right there, you're going to avoid injuries from all your repetitive office movements, get better posture, and if you're doing this along with me, you'll notice that you have a little bit more energy now. And so in the afternoon, after you've gone to lunch and you've come back, it's about 2:30, you get into those doldrums because your body is digesting all that food and you want to go to sleep and you want to reach for that 5-hour energy. Why don't you just go ahead and grab this video and you can do your 4 exercises to help you stretch at your office. Now, once again, wanted to go over, I recommend as much movement as possible at the office. So one of the best ways to do that is actually just be in a stand-up position. So I put a link on there. It's just an Amazon link. There are several different options, varying in price as low as $190, that you can actually have a stand-up desk where your typewriter, it's not the 80s, but anyway, your keyboard and your monitor, everything actually moves up to a position where you can stand up. So it's good for, if you're 5'6", you can adjust it to you. If you're 6'2", you can adjust it to where it's most comfortable. I highly advise, and if you have the opportunity, to definitely get that taken care of. Get yourself at least the option so it sits at your desk. If 85% of the time you're sitting, you can do 10 minutes a day and start it out there where you're actually standing for 10 minutes a day and then slowly work up. But you can't do that if everything is down here, right? But you can get a Veridesk or other different companies that do that. So that's my recommendation. Remember, if you're feeling like you need a little bit more energy at work, part of that is getting in a good exercise regimen. You can do that at Fit Body Boot Camp, where we do 30-minute personal trainer guided workouts that are fun, high energy, burn twice the calories in half the time, and are built for any fitness level. So be sure to come by Manteca Fit Body Boot Camp and or Turlock Fit Body Boot Camp and get yourself 3 free days or sign up for our latest trial membership. See you soon. Thanks. Bye.